You're such an asshole.
Good morning. This is request 2 of 4 remaining on that. And I'll let me confess. I will confess a little. I had a request a while ago, and I think it was between a couple, and I think it was lighthearted. It wasn't anything serious, but like I thought, marriage counselor Cappy, and then I realized my marriage counseling would of course have its very blunt and direct assholic flair, but it would go down to one very basic, simple thing. Did you guys stay hot for each other? Did you remain physically attractive? Because, and I think that's where all the problems start. Because let's also be honest. You cannot fall in love and get married unless there's physical attraction. Because I don't know how many times I've said this. We have a name for girls we like. We just don't want to bang. They're called friends, and you girls have the same thing as well. So the physical attraction is not only key, but it's the initial first step moving towards some form of a committed relationship, marriage, if you so stupidly choose so. And it's not funny because it's true. It's literally the dumbest thing you can do in modern Western civilization. Um, but in another video I can't remember if it was podcast or what, I accidentally went through off the cuff through kind of like, this is your path to divorce. And I've thought it more and more. I'm like, that's true. That's it. I figured out how we go from marriage to divorce. And in figuring out that path, that genetic code, the DNA, we could stop it. So the first thing is don't get married and you never get divorced. There we go. Thank you. Good night, everybody. Not only did the Aaron Clarey, it be on my Wikipedia entry, semi-famous economist, not only solved poverty, closed wage gap, and helped resolve race relations, ended divorce. What was the solution? Don't get married. Genius. How? But he didn't have a doctorate. How was it possible? Anyway, but tongue-in-cheek jokes aside, I'm being deadly serious about it. I figured it out. And there's other reasons divorce occur, I know, but I'm saying this is the cause for 80% of the divorces out there. And if you guys wanted to make sure your marriage stuck around and you didn't get divorced, here's what you got to do. Okay. You start with that fact that you need to be physically attracted to each other. And then, ladies in particular, pay attention. You need to maintain that. Because some divorce attorney says, I've never seen a couple get divorced that had a great sex life. And it's true. It's true. So here's how it happens. Are you all sitting down? It's going to be a short one because it's very simple. Man and woman fall in love. They like each other and make you with the bang bang. Oh, let's go into this completely obsolete and burdensome legal contract called marriage. So then you get married. The woman typically lets herself go. The man, and I said this yesterday, a man's libido is not his responsibility. That's his wife's or his woman's responsibility. Yes, it's true. The woman lets herself go. The foundational reason why they got together in the first place is no longer there. And the number one thing in a man's life, which is the sex drive, going to be honest about it, ladies, you can clutch your pearls and say that's shallow. No, it's genetics. That's reality. You could accept it or not. That's gone. And then the passion is over. And then didn't pull anyone, but one of the main complaints for women is what, girls? He grew distant. No, you got fat and he doesn't want to bang you anymore. Yeah, yes, he became distant. Why would he want to have sex with something he's not physically attracted to? Men can't by will get their little soldier to stand and salute. That's your job. You have to be physically attractive. Now, men, you have an obligation too. You must also remain physically attractive. But I'm going to bet with the egg or the cart or the horse, women let themselves go. Men are like, oh, crap, the most dreaded thing ever. My wife got fat. You signed that stupid document. That means you can't get out of it scot-free. You see this finger here? You see that finger right there? Wait, hang on. Let me get the angle. You see that one right there? It's all light and free. flying up there in the sky, doing what it wants, nothing holding it down. But I'm gonna sign the contract. Then she gets fat, and yeah, I mean, pretty much that's the fuel that gets guys up in the morning is sex with a beautiful woman. And you girls turned off the spigot, or you put bleach in the fuel, become a much lower grade fuel. Some of you just don't like sex anyway. Whatever. The whole point is, without the sex, yeah, the guy's gonna die on the vine. Then he gets fat. He grows distant. You're like, he's growing distant. He's emotionally distant. Where? And then you find Kevin in sales, and you file for divorce. You try. You think, oh, it's psychology, or we don't communicate. No, bitch, you got fat. You got fat. You got fat. Or you let yourself go in another physical way. I'm not an object. You keep telling yourself that. Okay. You're right. That's why you fell in love. Love is a completely separate thing. But the fertile soil it must grow in is physical attraction. You take that away, doesn't matter how much the guy likes you or even loves you as a person. Well, I kind of want to get laid. I know, but reality is so sad. Men demand and insist on having sex. Oh, you don't have to. You don't have to get married. Don't join up in the first place. All right, that's what every guy. I'm the message from the guys. They're going to insist on sex, or they will grow emotionally distant. Like, because that's it. That was something they were really looking forward to in life. And I know you girls aren't that interested in sex. I got it. I understand. It's a sacrifice. And that's why us guys got to get shot in war. Anyway, so the guy grows emotionally distant. You guys try to limp this sexless, no passion, no physical marriage along for a couple of years. Heaven help you if you two vile, disgusting people brought children into this. I hope there's a special place in hell. What was the quote? If you take advantage of that girl, there's a special place in hell reserved for child molesters and people who talk in the theater. Reverend, well, I would have. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to imply. It comes back of a special, very special place. A special place in hell. And there's a special place in hell for you people who couldn't keep it together. You got divorced and you have kids. A very special place. And it all goes back to whether or not you're going to stay the F in shape. And if you look at the happiest married couples, no matter how old they are, go back, they were in shape. They're still having sex. And yes, the men have an obligation, but usually it's the women. Wedding cake! And it's up to you. I don't care if you guys have miserable marriages or not. I don't. Go ahead. Believe big is beautiful. Have as many kids as you want. Screw them up. Just destroy them with divorce. Don't be sexually attractive to one another. None of you hit the gym. Guys, you go get your MBA and sit in front of that computer screen. Don't stop at the gym on the way home. Ladies, you go, girl, and you go look at all the black dresses that hide your rolls of fat. Does this make me look fat? No, your fat makes you look fat. Why is he growing distant? Have fun with that. Or so simple, it's like getting a tetanus vaccine, okay? You just stay physically attractive for one another. You have the sex and the passion continue on. You girls put on some freaking lingerie and some goddamn heels. Okay, hold on. Sit down. This would be a PhD. This would be a PhD. Maybe make a cupcake for your husband. Kick the kids out to grandma and grandpa. Have sex on the kitchen countertop. And see if that cuts down on divorce. See if that happens. You know, I'm no marriage counselor, but I'm better than most. I am. Because it's that simple. What? How many marriage counselors looked at the couple says, you got fat? Whether it was the husband or wife, you're fat. You're fat. What do you mean you're having troubles? That has nothing to do with psychology, not open communication. He's fat. You didn't have the balls to tell him he's fat. You didn't have you guys never have the balls to tell your woman she got fat. You never have those. Now, I admit, if you sign that contract because you're stupid, there's going to be huge financial and legal consequences. If you tell, hey, you're fat, you're going to lose the weight or we're getting divorced. I'm taking you for everything. Because let's admit it, most women and men love food more than they love their spouse, right? Right? That's why 70% of you are overweight, right? Like that's empirical proof. I'm right that you guys love food more than you love your spouse, right? Right? Because if you loved your spouse more than the food, you wouldn't be a fat, disgusting piece of crap, right? Right? Yes? Yes? Okay, I'm glad that I'm right yet once again. But hey, how about you not become fat, disgusting, slobby, Walmart-going Americans and see if that cuts down on divorce? Huh? It's so simple in my world. Don't major in dumb crap. Don't have kids you can't afford. Spend less than you make. Don't get fat. What? What? 4 rules? 5 don't commit crime. I guess that'd be the 5th. Like, these are not hard rules. Now, they might be hard to follow. Going to the gym is hard. Yes, ladies, majoring in something that isn't poppycock, liberal arts, touchy-feely, fluffy bunny studies is going to be, yes, accounting is more difficult than early childhood education. Yes, but you make, and then there are no financial problems. Then you have no student loan debts. If you all stayed in shape, then there wouldn't be divorce. I can't imagine divorce is fun for the ladies either. Is it? Do you girls enjoy that process? It's so simple. And then let's say you follow that rule or you follow all my, well, then there's something was probably critically and structurally wrong with the marriage. Something irreconcilable. Well, I'm in shape. I make money. I didn't commit crime. I did all right. I held up my end of the bargain. What's going on? Oh, she literally, or he lied about his sexuality. He was actually gay, and that happens occasionally. I'm trying to think of something that would be an unovercomable hurdle. Like, oh dang, oh yeah, no, you can't. That wouldn't work. So there you go, marriage counselor Cappy. I'm glad I just solved I'm glad I solved divorce. Look at all the societal plagues and blights I am solving. Look at all the societal problems I have solved. Here you guys go. There's your answer. Do it now. But that's hard. Oh, okay. Well, since you love food more than you fear the pain of divorce, you by all means keep eating and being a disgusting fat slob. As I get older, out of the 7 deadly sins, that gluttony is real. It was laziness or sloth. That was the one I hated the most. But gluttony is closely related to sloth, and it is an arrogant sin. Like, no, go away. I don't want to see you. You're disgusting. You hurt my eyes. 7-step survival, $5. The natural order of life. Simp falls in love. Simp is victim of hypergamy. Simp becomes red pill or black pill. Left. I don't even think it's that even that is too complicated. Let's not make it more complicated than a chocolate sundae. All right. Y'all fell in love. You fell in lust. Then you fell in love. Then you got physically ugly, or at least one person did, and then they don't work no more. It literally is, why isn't the engine turning over? Because you didn't put fuel in the tank. Or the fuel got so low grade, the engine won't run on it anymore. Oh, but the car is growing distant. Look, lady, you went from 103 octane down to 27. All right? The engine ain't going to run on that. Adriano Ramos, our Australian Mauritian agent in the field. Rest in peace. Gonzalo Lira, Coach Red Pill, he got kidnapped by Ukraine Nazis in Krakow. I think he is gone. Are we sure about that? You know, we sure. Is he? Is that confirmed? I would hope not. I kind of like the guy. I have my criticisms, but I do not wish him death. Absolutely not. Is that it? There we go. All right. Questions, answers, AnselConsulting.com. Link down below is a book called The Menu, Life Without the Opposite Sex. It is very germane to half of you because, especially if you're younger, half of you are never getting married. And some of you wisely so by choice. Not saying you won't fall in love, but you certainly shouldn't be getting married. And if you are without a member of the opposite sex, or you fear that will be a chance of a reality you might face when you're older, which it is, I strongly recommend you make plans to figure out what to do with your life so it has purpose and meaning, and you're not looking at the end of a barrel of a gun, right? So please get the menu, Life Without the Opposite Sex. It goes through everything you can do in life. Well, not everything, but most of the main things you can do in life that will give it purpose, value, and meaning in life. Many of you who are divorced, you've had your life taken away from you. Like, well, I thought this was going to be my life. And like, no, it ain't. So you got to figure out something else to do. That is linked down below. That will be coming out in Audible, read by our good friend Jack Napier later. That's it. See you guys later. Toodles.